Steve, of course, we heard from the US yesterday. What are we hearing now from the UK?
Yeah, well, the UK has summoned the ambassador from China to the UK to protest this move. This new law that came down from China's National People's Congress Standing Committee that requires basically allegiance and loyalty, patriotism for any Legislative Council member here in Hong Kong. And that ended up leading to the disqualification of 4 pro-democracy lawmakers here, of course, and then the subsequent yesterday resignation en masse of the entire pro-democracy camp. Some 15 more lawmakers resigning or pledging to resign. And Dominic Raab, the UK Foreign Secretary, says this is the second time in 6 months and the third time since the 1997 handover from the UK to China of Hong Kong that it has accused China of breaking terms of the Sino-British Treaty on Hong Kong. Of course, the most recent one was with the national security law, which was imposed on Hong Kong and promulgated on the late at night on June 30th. This is what Raab says. You can see it here. The UK will stand up for the people of Hong Kong and call out violations of their rights and freedoms. With our international partners, we will hold China to the obligations it freely assumed under international law. And Raab says the move by Beijing over this course of this week breaks the joint agreement on political and legal conditions in the former British colony. China's foreign ministry, in a statement fairly terse, says China strongly opposes defamatory comments by foreign politicians on the decision on Hong Kong. So clearly, any comments from foreign nations, including what we got yesterday from the Trump administration's National Security Advisor, Robert O'Brien, about possible more sanctions for Hong Kong. Clearly, these are not going to sway the leadership in Beijing and their moves on Hong Kong, whether it's the national security law and now the subsequent patriotism law for members of Parliament or of the LegCo. The number of UK lawmakers, though, I might add, Heidi, is growing from different parties. They've called on the UK government to impose sanctions on Chinese officials, including the chief executive, Carrie Lam.
What about Canada? What's it saying?
Well, Canada is, the relationship is bad there, too, of course, stemming from that 2018 arrest of Meng Wanzhou of Huawei, and they have gone down ever since. Canada is widening the welcome mat, I should say, for Hong Kong recent graduates. Young, educated Hong Kong citizens will now be given, or they will create a new 3-year open work permit for recent graduates here in Hong Kong. It also shortens the eligibility for permanent residency to just 1 year, and Hong Kongers who are already in Canada will now be eligible to apply for permanent resident status sooner. This is what the Immigration Minister of Canada had to say as he laid out plans overnight. Marco Mendocino is his name, says Hong Kong people have made outstanding contributions to Canada, and the changes we are announcing today will strengthen our relationships. Beijing actions demonstrate a clear disregard for the basic law. Canada will stand with the people of Hong Kong. All of this, of course, let's bring up the GDP bar chart. All of this condemnation internationally just weighs on the Hong Kong economy, obviously, and sentiment here even more. We're going to get final third quarter GDP numbers out of Hong Kong. They're not as bad as the first and the second quarter, obviously, where we saw 9% plus contraction. But still, we're likely to get a confirmation of that preliminary reading we got October 30th of minus 3.4%.